Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. This is going to be very interesting and I hope it goes over well. We'll see what happens here. This is a Metallica fan-made song. Now, not one of those fake YouTube videos where they pretend it's a new Metallica song, you listen to it and it's another band's song, but they're pretending it's new Metallica to trick you. This is Metallica, Light Within, a fan-made Metallica song where they create a brand new song, make it sound like Metallica, and then use AI to create James Hetfield's voice, and they make a song. Now, this is the music video for this song, Light Within, this fan-made Metallica song. Now, I came across this a couple days ago, and this is like basically the next step in the evolution of Metallica fans doing stuff in terms of surrounding Metallica's music, because it was originally, okay, here's the 2016 Hardwired to Self-Destruct album, okay, let's basically re-record everything from the song Spit Out the Bone, the closing track, and just re-record it in the sound of Injustice for All, or the sound of Ride the Lightning. And then more recently, it evolved to where, okay, let's basically recreate Creeping Death in the Injustice for All sound, but we're going to change it up and make it like, okay, what if Metallica wrote Creeping Death in the Injustice for All era? Make it sound like Injustice for All, but it's the Creeping Death song, but it's rewritten in a sense, so it sounds a little different. Now they're creating whole entire brand new songs we've never heard before and saying it's Metallica, but it's fan-made. It's very clear it's not, they're not trying to say this is actual Metallica songs, but they're creating music that sounds like Metallica. So let's dive in. Let's check it out. Let's see what happens here with this, because I'm not sure what to expect. But when I typed it in, because something popped up as a recommendation, I'm like, what? And it says fan-made song. I type in Metallica fan-made songs, and all this stuff popped up. So I'm picking the most recent one that was uploaded here, Light Within. Let's dive into it. Let's check it out. Of course, the link will be in the top description to the original video itself, the actual song itself. Let's dive in. I'm probably going to be pausing as we're going along here because this is going to be very interesting to see how this goes, because I'm not sure how this is going to go. So, as a Metallica fan, of course, I am skeptical, but let's see what happens in terms of a fan-made song, because I think this concept's interesting. Let's see how it's executed. All right, let's do it. Light Within. Okay. Okay. I like that riff. That's good. Oh, that was good. Okay, before we continue on, I'm assuming the vocals are coming up soon, and that's going to be a whole nother thing in terms of AI James Hetfield. At least I think there's vocals, I have no idea. I'm just guessing there's going to be. We'll see. Could be instrumental. It definitely sounds like what they're going for in terms of like taking the music video elements from 72 Seasons in terms of some music video shots, that they're definitely going the route of like, if this was off of like the 72 Seasons kind of sound, like that's what they're going for here. And I kind of figured in terms of seeing like thumbnails for music videos from a couple of different people that have been doing this, that was kind of the idea. But okay, I'm liking the structure of it so far. Let's see what happens. And the sound, I mean, I feel like the drums could be a little bit more, you know, aggressive. Like it just, I don't know what it is, but so far, all right. I like that, no, I like that little bit right there. Okay, I'm sorry to pause so fast after we just got, I was wanting to run more, but the voice doesn't sound that, it sounds low in the mix, like it's kind of hard to hear. I don't know, it doesn't really sound like James a lot. I don't know, but like, I think the main thing for me is that the vocals are too low in the mix. It's hard to hear the vocals, and I don't know if that's intentional. If it is, not a fan, but I think the music sounds good. The music sounds like this is what Metallica would write. So I'll give them that. But the vocals are hard to hear. Wow. I love how I can hear the bass too. Love that. Well, James in that. The vocals still sound a little higher here. A little bit. Then the verse, it sounded lower. Ooh. Dun, dun, dun. Back to this riff, which is very catchy. Very catchy riff. Maybe why they're using this music video, because of the song does remind me a little bit of Screaming Suicide. Yeah, vocals need to be higher in the mix. I'm liking the riffs during this chorus section. Yeah, the riffs are really good in this. It's catchy, not too difficult. Oh. You Must Burn kind of feel. I felt that. Alright, okay. Ooh. Okay, go back. I gotta hear this part again. So we went into a You Must Burn kind of feel here. The vocals started sounding a lot better there. I'm not sure why. All right, let's do this again. Perfect timing there. I like the feel of that, the feel of it. Yeah. The riff going down in that part. Yeah, going down. I think it threw me off at first, but it actually worked. It really feels right to go down in that part. And then yeah, and then because you think they might go higher in that part, but they go low on the riff. All right, we getting a solo? I think we are. I feel it. Okay. Yep, sounds like something Kirk would do. Yeah, definitely. Okay, harmony on this. Wow, that sounds good. That was great. That was a great section there. Wow. vocals sound higher here. Earlier in this song, they don't sound this high in the mix, so you can actually hear them better. Am I crazy? I don't think so. Okay, Light Within. So that is the new Metallica song. There's plenty of others out there that I could check out if you guys are interested. Okay. So as I was saying in the reaction and pausing a little bit, the vocals sounded more in line with what I was expecting in terms of like the volume of it compared to everything else at the end of the song. And during the chorus, it sounded like it was higher. I don't know if they were like lowering it in the mix to try to hide the sound of it, because it doesn't sound like James, really. There are some moments it does, but not really. And it's due to the fact that AI is just hard to replicate voices. It just really is. It's still learning. And in a sense, as long as, because they're making it clear within the description, at least for this video that I saw, I'm assuming it's everything else, that they're not claiming they're Metallica. They're making it very clear this is a fan-made thing. We're not claiming this is new Metallica music. We're just having fun. We're not making any money off of this. So that's a good thing. The musically, without speaking on the vocals, because that's a whole separate discussion, it just needs work. But this is just one song, so maybe it actually sounds better than other things. I have no idea. But in terms of the music is pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. It actually makes me wish that Metallica did write some of this, especially that harmonizing bit after the solo. That was great. That was really good. The riffs, pretty good as well. I like the structure of the song, and I think the vocals in the middle, when it gets to that kind of You Must Burn kind of feel, where it's like, dun, dun, and the drums just, and the drums, and then that section where I was kind of pausing a little bit, and then the riffs, and then it goes down on the third and back on the fourth. Great section there. The vocals sounded pretty good there too, I think, because of the layering and everything, so it kind of hid the fact that it wasn't James, but they're trying to get that voice of James or whatever. But it works in terms of what they're trying to do. And it's interesting because I've been through, like I was mentioning in the intro before we got into this, I was mentioning that there's been the evolution of where we're just copying like how the song is written off of Hardwired to Self-Destruct and just recreating in the Sound of Ride the Lightning, Master Puppets, and Justice for All, whatever. And then the evolution of like, okay, well, what if Master Puppets was written for Injustice for All? How would that sound in the Injustice for All tone, and how would the riffs actually sound if it was written a little bit differently? How would Whiplash sound if it was written for Master Puppets? The idea of that, so they were switching up the riffs and changing the song. You could find those online where it's like, what if Creeping Death was on Injustice for All? You could, or something like that. You could type those kind of what if Metallica things, and you'd hear the Creeping Death in this I think there is a Creeping Death in Injustice for All, but like you would hear Creeping Death, but the riffs would be different. The song would be kind of structured a little bit differently, but it still has the essence of Creeping Death, but it's in the sound and style essentially of Injustice for All. Now we're to the point now where they're creating brand new fucking music and saying it's Metallica fan-made. It's not Metallica, but they're trying to make it seem like it is, but they're also saying very clearly, we're not. As Metallica fans, hopefully you enjoy it, which for me, I had a good time with this, listening to this, but knowing it's not Metallica. But also it's like, well, what if? Like, if it was Metallica? Like, yeah, it's good. It's a cool concept. And I think it's catchy. If the AI voice gets better, then it would really start throwing people off, because it's like, okay, they're saying it's AI and it's fan-made, but it sounds, because I mean, if you get the AI voice, if you get it down to the point where it's pretty damn close to James, then essentially people can just create new Metallica, quotes around that, and they could just keep creating music with what it sounds like Metallica would do, because that solo sounded a little bit like Kirk. And the drum patterns and everything and the bass sound like stuff that Rob and Lars would do. And the riffs sound like something James may have do, because James writes so many fucking riffs, it's kind of impossible to really determine how he would, like, if he had gotten this, like, if he was shown this riff, would he, like, how would he exactly play it? Would he actually switch it up a little bit? If he created this riff, how would it actually sound? Would it sound like this, or would it sound a little bit differently? Because James, in that mind, you just never know. Because he can literally plug in a guitar and write 10 riffs in no time. That's just who he is. That's what he does. So, the concept is interesting. I think the execution is overall pretty good. There's some things that could be better. I think, like I said, the vocals need to be higher in the mix in certain areas, and maybe work on the AI. Now, for me, it's kind of weird because the AI thing, it makes it seem kind of strange, because to me, it's like AI is a very finicky thing, because on one hand, there are some really downside negative shit with AI, but in the sense of like, okay, you're not making any money off this, you're just creating something, making it sound like Metallica, but you're making it very clear it's not Metallica, it's fan made, but you're creating something that hopefully fans of Metallica and maybe a wider audience could potentially enjoy if they discovered it, but knowing it's fan made, not trying to trick them, then okay, I get the point. As long as you're not trying to make a profit. I think that's the big thing. Because I feel like if they were trying to say this is new Metallica or trying to make money off this, you know? But yeah, overall, pretty fun. Pretty fun to listen to. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this and the concept of this. And if you want me to check out more, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. I'm curious to know what you got to think about this whole idea of fan-made Metallica songs, new Metallica, fan-made stuff. And let me know your thoughts if you want me to check out more. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.